Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. As everybody knows, the entire crypto market absolutely tanked yesterday, but it recovered pretty quickly. I mean, I know Bitcoin's not above $100,000 and XRP's not at $2.90, but holy V-bottom, yeah, it absolutely... I mean, the bottom of the market yesterday was a very brief moment in time, scared the hell out of everybody. Liquidation event yet again, obviously. But I gotta tell you this, XRP, compared to other top 100 coins, outperformed just about 100% of them. XRP is showing uncharacteristic strength. Now, I say that that's true of it in the short term. Of course, if you look at it from a historical perspective, it's always been strong during bull markets. It has just rocketed to the upside. Even last market cycle, when it was attacked by the SEC fine, it didn't hit a new all-time high. But it's still, from the bottom to the top of that cycle, it had a 20x. XRP did, from 10 cents to $2 as it was under attack. The worst thing that could happen to a crypto, effectively, other than obviously there's a hole in the code or a rug or something like that. But that happened to XRP, and it still stayed in the top 10 coins by market cap. It still performed. And so that just shows you the degree to which speculators, investors the world over agree that XRP makes sense. And I'm going to share with you perspective from a number of different XRP chart analysts in this video. And a couple of them say that what they think is most likely, though not certain, is that in the short term here, the bottom is in for XRP, and what we should expect is for it, more likely than not anyway, to resume to the upside. Now, I'm not taking a bet on that. I don't make price predictions. Not whether it's a short term or the long term. I just, that's not my shtick. I admit very humbly that I don't know what's going to happen in the short term, but I have very strong conviction that if you let enough time pass, at some unknown point in the future, XRP does hit a new all-time high, and that's been my conviction basically the entire time I've been in crypto. Ever since the bubble popped in 2018, I've been like, yeah, at some point we're going to revisit that. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, as I record this video, it is 12:20 p.m. Central Time on Saturday, December 21st, 2021. XRP is at $2.25. Of course, the low yesterday, $1.97, so that's a pretty notable move to the upside. Bitcoin's sitting here at $97,532. And the market's just moving in tandem. So I'll flip between the XRP and Bitcoin price charts, as these are just the price action over the last 24 hours for each. And you can see that the movements happened almost exactly at the same time. So they vary in terms of degree over the last 24 hours, but you can see that these are very similar charts. Like, this is what you would want and expect. XRP to just be moving with the broader crypto market led by Bitcoin. This is very normal and healthy. The best is yet ahead. Pretty much everybody who's been here for more than 5 seconds believes that. Here's a post from chart analyst TechDev. He shared this with his 490,000 followers on X. It's a Bitcoin USD chart, and he simply wrote, "This is where things have gotten exciting." And so you can see he's noting where we are in the cycle right now and comparing it to the cycle, the last cycle that we had, 2019 through up to 2021 particular, when it really started taking off, and then the cycle before that. And the notable part here would be 2015 leading into where it really rocketed in the beginning part of 2017. And even in terms of the duration of time it took from the bottom to when it really started to break out, very similar. So we noted for that 2017 bull run, it was 777 days. Last cycle, going into 2021, it was 728 days, so a bit off, off by a couple months or so. But not that off, and visually you can see it looks about the damn same. And here we've done the same thing again. So we're waiting for this final leg up for the euphoria, right? That's what we're all here for. It'll be led by Bitcoin if history's going to rhyme with itself anyway. And we're at 756 days. Nothing is weird about this. History's rhyming quite a bit even to this point. Like, in my mind, that should offer some peace, right? Because you would expect that history's going to not literally repeat, but kind of rhyme with itself. Here's a post from chart analyst Mustache, hashtag altcoins, and this is the crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. And that's called Total 3. That's what the chart's called. Total 3 is back in the falling wedge, rather. Nice, disgusting fake out. So you can see it broke down behind this falling wedge pattern. And the falling wedge pattern, so it's a bullish pattern. I'm not a chart guy, but I know that. I mean, he has the little template here for it. And so he says, nice, disgusting fake out. I hope you survived this brutal shakeout, ? I expect a little choppy until New Year's Eve and a gigantic alt season in first quarter. I can't say it often enough. Altcoins are going to take over. Okay, I agree with that. The opportunity for life-changing wealth in crypto today, right this very second, is not in Bitcoin, not if you're talking about this cycle. It is in altcoins, including XRP. Here's a post from a chart analyst E. Greg Crypto. He shared this morning. He wrote, reposting from 13 months ago. Believing that light will shine even in the darkest times reflects a strong conviction. The XRP family has been a major backbone of support. And what was he reposting? Well, let's make this full screen, because he's one of the many analysts that was calling for exactly what ultimately did happen. He posted this over a year ago, October 25th, 2023. And credit to all the analysts that I follow that were saying the same or similar thing here. Look at this symmetrical triangle, which he drew going back almost 7 years now. And he was even back then saying, guys, look at this. It's narrowing within this wedge at some point before you reach the apex. I mean, this is me talking now. You know it's going to break, right? So if we're in the bull market, does it go to the upside or the downside? Well, the upside, because we're in a bull market. Duh. And so anybody who's not biased could see this if they're worth their salt in charting. And so here's what he wrote on October 25th of 2023. And this is like, it just highlights the strength that XRP has, because it's following through with this. And you can see what he was expecting back then, double-digit price action for XRP, even in October of last year, when it was, before it was certain that this would indeed be the outcome that XRP would run. And he said, XRP, do not get distracted. XRP will melt faces. Breathe and zoom out and observe how XRP is still respecting significant chart patterns. Before it leaves faces melting, it's going to put your emotions to the test, challenge your patience, and measure your endurance. Okay, so it's certainly done that in the time leading up to the breakout in November, and it's still trying people even today. People are still scared about XRP even after it moved up from 49 cents right before the election. It doesn't make sense to be fearful. You should expect that the market's going to do what the market has always done for its entire 16-year existence, which is to say it's going to be ridiculously volatile and trend to the upside, and as long as you don't need to pull out your investment right now, whatever happens in the short term shouldn't matter to you. So even if we're wrong when we go into a bear market, you should have peace with that, because it doesn't matter. You still have the same quantity of your XRP or Bitcoin or whatever the hell you hold. It doesn't matter. You win if you wait. That's that. It's just most people have trouble with that. Here's a post from chart analyst Javon Marks, and this is from October 29th this year, right before the takeoff, and so more credit where it's due. And I'm highlighting this before we get into some of the brand new stuff, just to show with you, there's all sorts of people that saw this coming. The people that saw this coming are not freaking out because of the short-term volatility with XRP price, even the fact that it got down to about $1.90 recently, a couple times it did that. So what? Doesn't matter. Number go up. So here's what Javon Mark said. XRP and a massive bullish breakout by the numbers is not necessarily a matter of if, but when, and that time looks to be coming extremely soon. And wouldn't you know it, he drew something very similar. He drew this pattern going out almost 7 years, getting to the apex of it, and bam, saying, look, it's about to happen. And so then, just yesterday afternoon, he shared that chart again, and he shared an update. This is the updated one of it, because we know what's happened since November. And he said, XRP recently displayed a series of strength rarely seen since the 2017 run, as history pointed to happening again, and history points to much more coming. By previous performance, all-time highs greater than $3.31 and much higher is looking to also be a matter of when and not if. And so look, you can be terrified by any analyst that's going to tell you that XRP is just going to crater to the downside or whatever your coin of choice is. But in this case, ask yourself if whoever is saying that knew that XRP was going to pop in the first place. And if they didn't, I just got to ask why you'd listen to them anyway. But all of the analysts that I follow that said XRP was going to pop, they say, yeah, it's not over. And then there's chart analyst Steph's Crypto, very optimistic here. He shared this morning. XRP still looks extremely bullish on the monthly time frame, and he notes the technical target of $35. So look, I don't know if that's going to get hit, but the idea of double-digit price action, not crazy. And if ETH goes to $10,000, which is only roughly a 2x from its last all-time high, and if XRP is going to give it a run for its money in terms of going for that number 2 spot, the equivalent market cap for XRP would be about $20. So don't think it can't happen for XRP. I don't know if it will, but it could. It's not unreasonable to think that it could. Here's a post from Charting Guy, and this is Bitcoin here. He says, that looks like one of them V-shaped recoveries, if I do say so myself. And that's one of the things that he was hoping and looking for, and indeed, that did happen. See how scary that was, at least for a brief moment? I mean, some people slept through it. Isn't it great when like you go to sleep, the price is one thing, and then it completely melts, and then when you wake up, it's back to where it was, and you don't even know something happened until you look at the chart. Like I've had those days, and I just kind of laugh. I'm like, oh, okay, something happened while I was in my slumber. I'm sure some of you can relate, right? And so check this out. Here's another post from Charting Guy, and this is from yesterday morning. Doge and XRP should bounce back the quickest and the most. And so I'll just note, this was before we saw that this was a V-bottom. He's saying that XRP and Doge should bounce back the quickest. He says, fastest horses in this race by far, in my opinion. Nothing comes close to these two. And he says maybe XLM and some others, LOL. But pretty much a standout. The point is, those are standouts to him, including XRP specifically, and that's what happened. He noted here, XRP got down to $1.95. And then jumped back up to $2.33. I think it might have even gotten slightly higher after that, if I'm not tripping. Yeah, a 24-hour high of $2.38. So I guess it got slightly higher before pulling back a little bit. Where's the tab? Here we go. And then for Doge, 26 cents to 34 cents. And he says, and I gave you the exact levels to buy. So it's not wizardry. It's just that there are key levels of support and resistance. And there are reasons that these levels are important and make sense. Here's another one from Charting Guy. This is from the evening yesterday. He says, what a bounce for XRP off the lows today. Right at the key level I said. If we are truly following 2017, then today was the low. We likely chop around another week, then continue the uptrend next weekend, hitting new all-time highs in January. And so there's one of the analysts I follow that says there's a reasonable chance this is the low. Now, I've only seen a couple analysts that I follow say that there's a reasonable chance that that's the case, and he's not promising it. He's not married to that idea, and I'm telling you, I don't know. I always admit, like, I don't know. I'm just here for the ride. I'm like the rest of you, I am here for the ride. But he thinks that based on historic precedent, there's a really good chance that actually was it, and then we just got to wait a little bit more before there ultimately is finally another leg to the upside, and based on historic precedent, that's what we should think is most probable. But yeah, as far as XRP, my God, it is among the very strongest. And is anyone surprised? It coiled up for almost 7 years, and now it's finally got legal clarity. Yeah, it's got some catching up to do, and it's doing it. Here's a post from chart analyst Dr. Magic. This is a Bitcoin price chart. He says, there is a reason I am obsessed about this relative strength index scam breakdown that I have been posting for a while now. It happened in every major leg up until the first local top. I like my chances here very much. And so this is going back to, I guess, technically the end of 2022, but the part that matters first is in January of 2023. You can see what he's talking about on the relative strength index down here and how that correlated with particular price actions for Bitcoin, which leads the market, which is why I'm highlighting this. And you can see what's happened going back almost 2 years at this point. And so what he's saying is he's calling it the breakdown a scam breakdown because this happened, you can, if you look at the screen, see where I'm circling here, back in January of 2023. And then he's saying, hey, look, it happened again here. And this is what he believes is playing out. So that's going to come back up. And so what comes in conjunction with that is higher price for Bitcoin. And it can stay in the overbought territory for a long time. So he's saying the fact that this has happened, in recent history, it makes sense. Like there's precedent for this. This isn't scary. The fact that Bitcoin had a breakdown in his mind, no, it makes sense. We've been seeing this. That's the point he's making. It doesn't make sense to be fearful. Here's another post from Dr. Magic. He says, XRP and HBAR are the only coins I have seen that didn't print lower lows. And then he posted this yesterday evening. And he says, in the next leg up, they will vastly outperform the market. If you noticed other ones, comment them below to check them out. Okay, so whether or not there were more examples that he wasn't thinking of or aware of in the moment doesn't matter. The point is, XRP is one of them. XRP has been outperformed, even now in the recent dips, outperforming just about every other major coin that exists. It's astonishing. And you shouldn't be surprised after 7 years of consolidation. This is only going to get better, I believe. Here's a post from chart analyst Dom. This is Bitcoin now. From a time and value perspective, Bitcoin remains perfectly balanced. Nothing appears structurally broken. Okay, so there's another analyst that is very optimistic that everything's fine for Bitcoin, going to resume to the upside. And he also had this to say about XRP. He says, and this is, so on the left, that's an XRP USD chart, and on the right, it's an XRP BTC chart. So he wrote, both the USD and BTC pairing have held the 20-day exponential moving average perfectly this entire run up. Both have shown immense strength compared to the market and printed large daily wicks today. That should be the low for XRP. Did you hear that? That should be the low for XRP, as if we go lower, which admits it's possible, I think we drop 30%. And so there's yet another analyst saying, this is probably the low, not promising you that, but he says probably the low. and XRP is performing ridiculously well. This is what I keep seeing from basically every analyst out there. And mind you, all of these analysts, every single one that I've highlighted in this video, they all called XRP breaking out to the upside after consolidating for almost 7 years. So I'd listen to these guys before I'll consider listening to any toxic Bitcoin maximalist who irrationally hates XRP and says that the best is in for XRP. Maybe that's just me, though. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.